been nice. I've had to shut the blind up because it's all over sunny. It's all over sunny, so I'd have been all blinding. Yes, some people might say that I'm blinding anyway. So as you can see, I'm back. We're back. We've had a lovely week off. It's been really nice. So I've got a full agenda ready to share with you today. So there's every likelihood that I might forget things because I've been printing things out and writing things down and all the rest of it. So I think it might be about that much organised, which is about as organised as I get. So hi Keith, Brenda, so, and everybody else of course that's joined us on this beautiful afternoon. It's really lovely. It was cool and grey yesterday, but today is very nice. So you might have noticed that some people have been saying in the comments that we are bats. We are bats because we are all members of Brew at 2. And if you want your own cup with illustrations on by T-Boy, you can have your own cup and you will go on the bat map. So this is our map of where we all are, and I've got another one to add on the map today, which could be fun because I should have looked first to make sure I knew where it is. You might need to guide me. We might need to do left a bit, right a bit, fire when it comes to that. My geography is not my strong point. When I go out somewhere, I just turn left. I just keep turning left. Just follow road signs. Sat nav is wonderful. So if you've stumbled on this for the first time, and yes, I need a map for a map, David, and you're wondering what on earth you've come to and whether or not you're in a parallel universe, well, yes, you probably are, but we are Visit FYLDE Coast. We are Visit FYLDE Coast. That's us, and we publish 8 websites, which are on the back of there that you can just see, all about the FYLDE Coast. And Eric says, do I know port from starboard? You are joking. I can't tell that one from that one. Here he comes.
Hello everybody, have you missed us?
Round of applause for T-Boy.
By the way, another joke for Eric. Port tastes nicer. Port starboard, port tastes nicer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway. Right, that's...
Maybe you didn't miss us.
maybe you didn't miss Kevin. That's T-Boy in training, otherwise known as the husband. Yes, he's gone to his little corner around the back of there to concentrate. He's doing his... He's concentrating, so God only knows what he'll come up with. Yeah, so parallel universe, Visit FYLDE Coast. So make sure, if you are new, obviously all the lovely people that are watching on it live are already subscribers and already get their notifications and know what's going off. I wish somebody would tell me. But if you quite enjoy what you're watching, I need new teeth as well. What you're watching, and you want to come back, if you subscribe and hit that little bell at the side of the subscribe button, you will get notifications because we go out and about walking. So yesterday morning we did a live broadcast from Blackpool, so we've got some new Blackpool videos for you for this week. We do Brew at 2 each week. We do beach walks and various different beach things, and anything that catches our eye that's interesting that we can share with you. So you find out all kinds of different things. Right, so let's see what's on my agenda for today. Right, well, I've got quite a pile here, look, of things to share with you. I keep putting things in my tray and saying I'll share these with my bats. So anyway, you'll be pleased to know I've solved all my financial problems, and I've had notification of our serious inheritance, When I'm on holiday, I usually keep up to date with my emails, so I get rid of the junk. I answer the ones that are a quick answer, and the ones that need a bit more careful consideration, I leave until I come back. So yesterday I got 93 emails waiting for me that all needed something doing with them. So as of this morning, I'd got that down to about 50, so I'd done quite well yesterday, I thought. But this is quite good news, I'm sure you'll agree. Are you ready? Hello, I'm Rogers Kalusha, attorney to your late relative, and now I am contacting you for the claim of your late relative's fund. I shall send you more information and procedures when I receive a positive response from you. So how much do you think that's worth? Please, obviously, I'm taking the mickey. Don't think it's real. And here's another one. This is even better still. While we're on the subject of scams, you'll like this one. Good day, dear beloved friend. I thank God Almighty that I finally got you. Let sincerity be our bond. My name is Mrs. Donna Barrett. Yours in the Lord. I am a dying woman, oh dear, who has decided to donate what I have to you for the help of the poor people around you. So I tell you what, I'll share it with you. What about that? Can't say any fairer than that, can I? First 100 to send me an email, you can share it. I am 60 years old and was diagnosed of cancer about 2 years ago. I was touched by the Holy Spirit to take this decision, rather than allow my greedy uncle to use my husband's hard-earned fund. Ungodly. I will be undergoing an operation in London to correct the damages caused, I think she's trying to say, by the cancerous disease in my lungs, and I pray that I survive the operation. Oh, I'm sure we all do too. All you need to do, if you are willing, all you need to do is to get back to me immediately with the information below: your full name, your mobile number, age, sex, proof of identification, occupation, country and city. The only thing that she's not asked me for is my bank number. Please, if you ever get anything similar to that, by all means you can share it with us. We'll have a good laugh together. The better, the weirder and the stranger, the better. Send them to me and I'll read them out. The rest of them, bin. They go in the bin. Yes, proof of identification will help with their operation. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
I had a friend request the other day. That can't be right.
You heard him. He said, I had a friend request the other day. That can't be right. So that was this week's amusement. It does make you smile when you get an email like that, I have to say. So what have I been doing this week, apart from becoming extremely rich beyond all my wildest dreams? Well, last Tuesday, some of our hardy volunteers, yes, we are still doing the birthday calendar, Malcolm, we'll come on to that in a moment, went out doing the Care for Cleveland stuff in the town centre. Now, previously to COVID, I'd not been going and joining in because the time I spent volunteering was all taken up with beating my head out on a brick wall with the council and everybody that you've got to negotiate with when you're trying to do things, rather than actually coming and doing the fun bit and playing out in the sun with your mates. So this year we've changed all that. We've junked the meetings and we've decided that we're going to make our decisions on the hoof. Usually interspersed with 27,000 other different things at the same time. And I'm coming to the town centre things because I need a morning off. I need a bit of light relaxation and hard graft. So we've been in Cleveland's on Tuesday, and somebody sent us a card. Look at this! Isn't this really nice? So I'm going to put this in the notice board in the town centre, but I thought I would show you first to show you that things are appreciated. And she's written a message inside it, so I will read it out. She says, to all the volunteers of Care for Cleveleys, and she's given us a donation as well. Wonderful to come to Cleveleys from Norbreck just to see the flowers, and that's from Mo Diggin. And Norbreck, if you're not sure, is all the way 3 miles that way. So it's literally just up the coast. But how lovely that people accept and appreciate what you do. So I'm going to put that in the notice board in the town centre, or T-Boy in training is when he goes. So we went to the range last week. So I came back with a fair old bag full of stuff from there for work. I'm looking for things to show you, but I think I've put everything away. I've had a bit of a tidy up as well. We went to Sainsbury's. We went to the big Sainsbury's as well. I mean, we know how to live. We know how to live. We didn't go to the little one. And I did actually discover, when we were talking at Care for Cleveleys, they were all laughing at me because I was going to Sainsbury's. I've got no idea why. I mean, you know, other people go to, oh, don't sing that, David, Home on the Range. Every time the subject of the range is mentioned, I start singing Home on the Range, and I'm with it now for ages. Hi to James Simpkin as well. He's in Blackpool, and he likes watching. Yes, they were all laughing at me on Tuesday morning because I said I was going to Sainsbury's, and somebody pointed out that we have actually got a tiny Sainsbury's, which is the one up Victoria Road West, which is one of those little local ones. We've got a middle range Sainsbury's, which is the one at Bisburn, which is the sort of food supermarket but no clothes and stuff. And then we've got the big Sainsbury's, which is at Blackpool. So we went to the big Sainsbury's.
Yeah, my Sainsbury's is just right.
3 little bears. Yes, spoilt for choice. We've got plenty of supermarkets around here. So I bought some bigger trousers and some, I can't quite remember what else I bought. I know I bought bigger everything, yeah. I bought some bigger trousers and a bigger cardigan, which I actually had on yesterday morning when I went out working, so that's useful. And I also bought some chewing gum. Now you might remember me saying that I have a little sweet box on my desk which is full of, oh, thank you, Paul. Keith's just saying that Paul Bowker, the owner, previous owner of a couple of pubs in Cleveleys, has brought a £50 donation this morning. So thank you ever so much, Paul. I doubt you'll be watching this. Yeah, so I have a sweet box, and I bought some chewing gum, extra refreshers, tropical flavour, sugar-free gum. I like a bit of chewing gum in an afternoon. Keeps my mouth busy and stops me talking. Oh, it's weird. It's really weird. It's, well, I can't say I'm keen, so I would avoid that. So that's that. Kevin went to the skip. He's had a really exciting holiday. We've got one of those corners at the bottom of our garden. You know, one of those corners where you just kind of shove everything that you can't think of anywhere to put it. So we've got numerous planks that have been reclaimed from the beach, which are going to make a bench in the back garden. And we've got numerous buckets of the food that we give to the fish in the fish pond. Brilliant buckets, but nonetheless there's a limit to how many that you need. And all the usual rubbish that you shove in the corner. So in the end I said, right, that's it. You're going to really enjoy going to the skip, because if you don't go to the skip, you're at penalty of being divorced. So that was it. That was it. Off he scuttled. So there you go. You see, he obviously wants to remain married. Is that right, Kevin?
Sorry, pardon?
Checking he's not heard me. You want to remain married, do you not, Kevin?
Is there a lawyer present?
Have we got any solicitors? Have we got any solicitors in our midst? Anyway, that was his highlight of the week. He's thinking about it exactly. And then I also got some post, and you might remember me a fortnight ago telling you about a guy from a library in, oh well, Aldi's on the list, James. We keep saying that we want to go to Aldi. So would you believe we've still not been shopping in that Aldi in Cleveland's since they extended it last year. So that's on our bucket list of things to visit before we die. Yes, so this library in New Jersey. I didn't see you sneak past me.
Oh, see.
It's T-Boy.
Afternoon, everybody.
T-Boy's arrived and I didn't see him walk past. So this envelope turns up, which has got United States Postal Service on the back here. So, what's in here? So this is the photograph that guy said he would post me. So I was really pleased when I got this. I like getting things. Did anybody have a pen pal when you were young?
Yeah.
I had a pen pal. I had a German pen pal. And I used to like getting things through the post and you know, sort of bits and bobs and the things that we used to send to one another. It's quite interesting. And you don't get that with email, do you?
I had a pen pal, but I got sick of sharing, so I brought me home.
They don't get any funnier, do these jokes? So it says, inside is the photo I emailed you about. If you ever find out what it is, feel free to drop me a line. So there's a little handwritten note there. And inside it, there's this photograph of a group of kids. And I reckon, looking at that, it dates back to probably 1930s, 1920s, something like that. And at a guess, I would say that is from some kind of royal event or celebrity something or other. And it looks like, to me, these kids are copying a royal wedding or whatever. So I'm going to put that on our local Facebook groups and see if anybody can decipher the mystery of where it came from. And then we'll be able to let him know. But amazing that has been sat in a guy's drawer all the way at the other side of the world, and he's sent it to us. And on the back it says Thornton Cleveland's Gazette and Herald. There you go. We do like anything weird here. That's right, so that's that. Right, so where are we up to? Rising sea levels. Now then, you might have noticed I carried on uploading videos last week. Catholic Holy Communion, maybe Debbie. We'll see what. We've got quite a few really good historians around here, so we'll see what they've got to say on the subject, and I'll keep you posted. So, yes, I've been uploading videos all last week while we were on holiday. And one of them was about rising sea levels, which was basically me walking around on the beach in my wellies, telling you the tale of the girl from Lancaster University who did the study on whether the tale of the sunken forest is real or not. And funnily enough, I can't remember what brought it up, but our coffee mates were talking about the very subject the other day when we were chatting, and one of my neighbours who lives just a little bit inland said that she'd had a damp problem, and when they'd had a builder in, he said that it was probably because the tide was coming in and out and the damp was coming up and down. Yeah, Queen's Wedding 1947, Mike, that's an idea. And the builder that she got in to look at it had said that it's seen houses in this area, and when the tide came in and out, the water level rose in the cellar. And I reckon that our 1957 Bobo had been listening to us. I think they've been earwigging, because they've left a message and they've said, when I lived in Bisping Road just opposite the car showroom, there was a spring tide when there was a spring tide, the water underneath the floorboards in the back of the house used to rise, and it happened every time there was a spring tide. Just imagine that. Ours is, I think it's dry, because T-Brain Train has been underneath a number of times. Have we got a concrete raft in the bottom of our footings, Kevin?
A concrete raft?
Yes, in the bottom of our floor, in the bottom of our foundations.
Yes.
Yes, we've got a concrete raft, so if it comes up and above that, we are in serious problems. So maybe it's the older style ones that have got the earth underneath the wooden floorboards. Oh goodness me, Elaine! Oh, it's our friend Elaine. Hello, Elaine. She says we had a Blackpool trap in the cellar of our hotel for this problem. So there you go. You see, all this rising water that everybody's got. It's quite interesting, that, I think. So, your comments from this week. No, you couldn't get much closer to the sea, Aldo. But the interesting thing is, as I think I might have told you this before, we're on a bit of a crest here. So the beach comes up, and then the prom is at a height, and then the land drops quite a way behind it. So we're sort of sat on the highest part, but the rest of them are underneath. James says, what happens if you get caught up with the tide? I reckon that's a joke. I think there's a punchline coming. Is there a punchline to that, James? I think there's a punchline in a minute. I'm trying to read, and you kind of lose the translation of jokes when I'm reading it and doing it at the same time. So, Jane Kelt has been on holiday in Cleveland, and I think you probably remember a fortnight ago me showing you some pictures of her lovely bag that she'd been using, her Seaside Emporium bag. And she sent me an email, so I'm going to read some of this out to you because it's quite interesting. So, what started this off, she'd been nosing about on the internet, as you do, and discovered that there's actually a holiday flat upstairs above Case Chippy. Well, I'd got no idea about this, so that was news to me, Jane. It was quite interesting, that. So this holiday flat is online. If you Google Kay's apartment, I think it's called, you'll find it. You can have an egg. So that kind of started it off, and I said that we had Kay's on Saturday for our lunch, and their fish and chips are really nice. So Jane had said that she likes Kay's as well, and I've kept saying to Kevin, they ought to be putting us on commission. I mean, he works in the chip shop. They don't even ask him what he wants. They just put his fish on and cook it. Because I sent him, you see, he's errand boy. So a few weeks ago, she couldn't get a seat inside Kay's, so they bought a takeaway from Kay's instead and went and ate it on the promenade. And this is where I start looking for pictures to show you. And on the promenade, they happened upon FYLDE Ukulele Network, who were playing on the seafront. Now these guys are very good. I've seen them performing before. So they play the little ukuleles and sing and whatnot, and they are excellent. So she'd enjoyed a lovely afternoon with fish and chips and free live entertainment. So that was one treat. And they went to the Ferry Cafe in Fleetwood. You might remember I did a video there. My friend Sharon, who used to be the PCSO in Cleveland, is now proprietress of the cafe. Yes, don't forget to click on the like as well. So she'd been there. That's another cafe on her list of favourites. And the Compass Cafe apparently is another favourite, and that's on Burley Street. Now if you're wondering which Burley Street is, that's the one in Blackpool town centre with those big weird metal arches. Can't say I can remember seeing it myself, but apparently that's lovely. And don't forget to visit the Hole in the Wall Cafe. Elaine says that they had them in the park for the 90th birthday. The ukulele band, not the fish and chips. Boom, boom. Pardon. I know the elephant in the corner. Yes, Hole in the Wall Cafe. Don't forget to visit. £1.25 for a mug of tea. Now, the Hole in the Wall Cafe, where Gin Square is, which is actually a roundabout, there's a public toilet block just at the edge of the seafront, and if you go straight down on, take the steps or the ramp, don't jump over the edge, but straight down over the edge, there's a cafe underneath the prom down there. And guess whose work we spotted on the walls of the venue at Cleveland's, just down here? T-Boys. T-Boys, we're very good friends with the venue. I must say, it's our local hangout for the beach group. So we're gasping to get back to the venue for our very noisy. We go for coffee after we've done a beach clean. T-Boy Josh is the husband. Oh, sorry, T-Boy is the dad.
Hey!
I get that right. Better get that right, haven't I? T-Boy is the dad because he makes tea. T-Boy in training is the husband because he doesn't know where the kettle is. I'll tell you. Still learning. Yeah, so pretty much most things from our Seaside Emporium catalogue are on the walls in the venue. So if you want to look at any of it, you are very welcome to pop in and have a look. And Jane recommends the venue scones. They were freshly baked and delicious. I haven't had any scones in the venue. It's one of the things I haven't had. But I think we'll have to be trying that, won't we, Brenda? We'll have to make it in our way to go to the venue and have tea and scones and whatnot in an afternoon. I think we might need to make a diary appointment for that. Right, so that's that. Mark came up with a big one. Oh, James says, what happens when you get caught up on the tide? You will be tireless. Tideless. What's the weather like in Blackpool? Says Malcolm. He lives in Banbury.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, the sun is shining. We are going to yes, the venue is dog friendly. Yes, Keith and Brenda will make a group appointment and we'll go while we're waiting for COVID to up it. Sun, yes, it's sunny, as you can see by the window. I've put the blind down because otherwise it would be very bright at the back of me. So yes, it's lovely. No, I've never been to Bury. Julie's in Old Trafford. So Mark left a message yesterday morning. I managed to catch Andy, the busker, who is plays electric guitar and is blind and very good, in Blackpool Town Centre. So I did a very short video of him. You'll like this, boys. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Are you listening, Kevin?
I'm listening.
Mark, our resident comedian, says, next time, get your sparkly costume on and I can dance while Andy plays. Britain's Got Talent is yours for the taking. If T-Boy can play the washboard, we've got a washboard, I think,
Yeah.
and T-Boy in training as a backing singer in his Batman suit, all the better.
Fabulous.
Can you just see that now?
Can you do a survey and ask who would like to see that?
I think they probably all say yes.
What you're trying to gain.
If you missed the Batman suit, you missed a pearler, because this is all connected to the Star Wars movie. Yes, they're all saying yes. T-Boy in training with Batman mask and tambourine. Yes, they all want you. They all want you dancing, Kevin.
Nice.
Yes, it could be quite hilarious, that, couldn't it? We'll have to keep an eye out for a proper Batman mask.
What's wrong with one eye?
Well, maybe if you were to do a repeat performance, we might be able to judge that and see whether it's sufficient, might we? Josh says, what is Kevin's job? Oh, well, handyman, gardener, DIY expert, plumber, electrician.
Josh, I can sum it up in just one sentence. It's called yes, dear, whatever you want.
That's it. The secret to a long and successful happy marriage is very quickly for men to learn how to say yes, dear. And I'm sure that all the women that are watching this will be laughing and all the men will be saying, she's right. She's right. Kevin's job at his desk is doing all the clever tech stuff. So he does, yes, Josh says he wants a proper answer.
That was.
That was. He does all the clever tech stuff. So our websites that we run, our Visit FYLDE Coast websites, Kevin does all the stuff to make that work. And he cut his teeth at HSBC Bank. He did. And funnily enough, when we went to Sainsbury's last week, they were announcing over the tannoy. You know, bearing in mind this is the first time that we've been in Sainsbury's. See you later, Julie. For 12 months. So they're announcing over the tannoy, we're having trouble with some selected credit cards, bank cards. There may be issues accepting your payment or worse to that effect. So I clocked this. I mean, bearing in mind, nobody wants cash. So I've slimmed my purse down to a little tiny purse. I've got my bank card in it and a £20 note, and that's about all I carry. So I'm thinking, I've got stuff, and you know, how do I buy things if I'm shopping and you're not taking cards? So I sent him to the cash till to ask and see whether or not it was working and taking our bank, which it was. And apparently in Jennico, the bank card people were having trouble nationally, and they were having trouble accepting cards, and that's just the kind of thing he used to sort out when he worked at HSBC. So he's a techie. He's a nerd. He doesn't understand basic instructions. Don't know his name. But if you've ever seen computer code that looks like gobbledygook and garbage and whatnot, he can write that. I know, it's very weird.
That's why I walk around in a Batman.
That's why I walked around in a Batman costume. So, shout out for David Howarth. Because David, round of applause, has got a new job. And David is now station manager at South Shore Radio in Blackpool.
Wow.
There you go, you see, isn't that good? You see, we're a famous bunch. We're a famous bunch. We are trying to get our name known. So please could you give us a mention on Brew at 2. So there you go. David is in charge. I've had a look at the website. It's...
Well, we need a shout back then.
Yes. I'm just trying to find it. I've looked at it, and he's put the... You see, I'm reading it from the email. And he's put the link on, and I can't find it now. But if you look at South Shore Radio Blackpool on Google, I'm sure you'll find it, and I'm sure that David will pop the link in the comments for you, and then you can get it from there. He's doing 4 shows a week, and is on the website. There's quite surprised actually, because there's quite a few different presenters, so it's obviously quite a reasonable concern. He's on tonight from 6 o'clock. There you go. There you go. He's on tonight. So well done, David. Well done. Congratulations. Yes. Round of applause. Round of applause. We'll like a little bit of success. And on that note, Laura, are you there, Laura? Laura, are you there? there. It's an internet radio station, Josh. Is Laura with us? Because Laura has got some really good news. I don't think. Oh, it is. It is. Are you ready, Laura? Are you sat ready? And she emailed me last week when we weren't actually doing a brew at all. But she said, "Is there any chance of a shout out? Because she's just found out she's going to be a mummy." Oh, isn't that nice? She's going to be a mummy. So this is going to be 8 weeks. 8 weeks. I know you're feeling any better, Laura, because when you sent me this email, you were feeling relatively lousy with nausea and fatigue, which sounds crap, really. So I'm hoping that you're feeling a bit better. So she's going to be a mummy, and I'm not going to show myself up by trying to add fingers up and find out when you're actually due, because, well, we all know I'm mathematically challenged, but I reckon it's going to be early next year. So you'll have to keep us posted. You'll have to keep us posted on how you go on. So that's lovely, that. And somebody asked earlier if we were still doing the birthday book. Yes, we are doing the birthday book. There's nothing on it for this week or next week. But if you want... Oh, Laura's due on the 29th of January. We'll write that down, Laura. I'll put that on the birthday book. Laura due. Do you know what you're having, Laura? Or are you keeping that for a surprise? Other than a baby. Well, I presume you're having a baby, not a, Cavalier King Charles or anything else random. I mean, in our weird world, it could be anything, couldn't it? Waiting for an answer. Waiting to see whether Laura knows what she's having. No, I reckon she doesn't know. So, David, it's a mini bat. There you go, it's a mini bat. It's too early to know, she says, which I suppose makes sense, because at 8 weeks old it's going to probably be, well, about as big as one of my sweets, isn't it? Probably little. So David also sent a joke in, because I'd done a video about the donkeys. I've been to see the donkeys on the beach. Now you see, if I were going to be a mummy, I think I'd probably prefer to be not giving birth to, but being mummy to a donkey, because I've always liked donkeys. So I've been to see the donkeys on the beach and put that video on last week. So David says, he sent a joke in. Are you ready? You'll like this. You'll like this. What do donkeys have for their dinner? David says, half an hour, like everybody else.
I like that one.
You would. Right, last time we were on, I can't quite remember why I wrote this down, but I made a note to read out a poem that is Laura says, I don't like the kids I have. Why on earth would I do it again? Nice one. Comment for today goes to Laura. I'm sure it will be different this time, Laura. I said I would read a poem out called When I Am an Old Woman, I Will Wear Purple. And this is my swan song, this is what I'm winding up to. And as I get older, I'm getting progressively more and more, well, outrageous. I mean, if you'd have seen me yesterday when I went out, you'd have laughed. Because I've got a sundress on, my new cardigan from Sainsbury's, a hoodie type thing, and my new, go on, what do you call them?
Not getting any better.
Oh, zebra print, tiger print trainers.
Leopard.
I look a right cough drop. I looked a right
Oh,
cough
that's a
drop.
bag lady.
I look like a bag lady. I thought about this poem and I thought about you actually. So some of you might already know this, but it's just really appropriate, and I think this applies to all of us, including the men. When I'm an old woman, I shall wear purple, with a red hat which doesn't go and doesn't suit me. And I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves. Not keen on brandy, but nonetheless. And satin sandals, and say that we've got no money for butter. I shall sit down on the pavement when I'm tired. I do that now. And gobble up samples in shops and press alarm bells. Can you see us doing that, Brenda? And run my stick along the public railings and make up for the sobriety of my youth. I shall go out in my slippers in the rain and pick the flowers in other people's gardens and learn to spit. You can wear terrible shirts and grow more fat, which I'm already doing, and eat 3 pounds of sausages in one go. Or only bread and pickle for a week. And hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. Well, I've already started that one. Pens and pencils, yes, got plenty of them. And things in boxes. But now we must have clothes that keep us dry and pay our rent and not swear in the street. And set a good example for the children. We must have friends to dinner and read the papers. But maybe I ought to practice a little now, so people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I am old and start to wear purple. Now, I can't say purple is one of my favourite colours, and apparently Jenny Joseph, the woman who wrote this, didn't like purple either. I'm more of a yellow and orange and that kind of colour. Yeah, Jenny says she doesn't mind that the poem is more famous than she is, but when asked if she would start wearing purple, she replied, I can't stand purple, it doesn't suit me. I won't go that far, but I'm not a big purple fan. And that was written in 1961, before I was even born, and she was only 29 at the time. So there you go, you see, it's my anthem, that. That's my anthem. When I am an old woman, I will wear yellow. There you go. Right, we've got Mrs. Smith with us, and I'm going to read another one out from her joke book. Are you ready? I think my tea's nearly cold. One morning, a man comes into the church on crutches. He stops in front of the holy water and splashes some of it on both of his legs and then throws away his crutches. An altar boy witnessed the scene and ran into the rectory to tell the priest what he'd just seen. Without batting an eye, the priest said, Son, you've just witnessed a miracle. Tell me, where is this man? Flat on his back over by the holy water, Father. That's one of the better ones, that, Elaine. Hey, we know how to live, don't we? So now then, we've got a new bat to put on the bat map, and this is where we might need to do a little bit of left and right and up a bit, down a bit, because
Go on, tell me what you're looking for.
Oh, it's gonna spoil it. You've got to have entertainment.
This will be good.
Hold on. I need a pin. Need a pin out of my pin box. One of the things I did buy when I went to the range, I bought some new pins. So these are the pins I've been using. I'm sure I can think of something to do with these circles as well. And these are my new pins. And can you see the shiny? They're nice. All in different pretty colours. Shiny pins. So, we've got Carol to add to our bat map. And Carol is from Gateshead. Welcome to the gang, Carol. Are you with us?
Up a bit.
Now then, we'll stick Carol on here. We'll stick Carol on down the bottom. And then you're on the... Let me get my pin. Where's my pin, mother? have to do that.
Top right.
Hold on, I'm sticking a name on first. So there you are, Carol. You're down here. You're on the map. And I reckon that Gate said he's in Tyne-and-Wear.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't I know well? Now then, I had to look at the map to see where Tyne-and-Wear is, because I knew it was sort of up there, higher up the nose. But I didn't know whether it was on that side or that side. And would you believe I got 9 O-levels and geography in the days when you did O-levels. So I'm going to put you on the map, Carol. I'll try not to push it through and stick it into my fingers. There you go. So we're spreading in with my in line with my waist. So we're in Tyne-and-Wear. So we're all the way up to Fife, Ireland, and Brighton. So we're doing well. We're doing well. We are. Which brings me neatly onto your favourite section. No, they don't still do O-levels, June. They do GCSEs now. So I think we were pretty much the last years. Kevin was in the year above me at school, and I think I might have been the last year that did O-levels at our school. I did GCSE geography, so that might explain a lot, might it?
I think I pinched class ones, didn't I?
What do you call a bank in branchless? Didn't quite catch that one. So that's Carol on the map, and today we are on to the finale. Now you might remember, you might have forgotten, the last one that we did were acid drops. Now I called them sour drops, and when I said it I couldn't quite get my mind around why that didn't sound right, because I called them sour drops. And when I did the replay of what I called them, I actually gave the rest of the bag to Chrissy because she likes these. Weird, I know. She said they're not sour drops, they're acid drops. And funnily enough, John Quick Clips sent a message on the live stream, and he said from the other side of to the side at Pennines, because John's from the same neck of woods that I came from. And he says that his mum, Nancy, knows the sour drops as acid drops too. So there you go, you see. They're not quite as acidy as you might think. They're kind of tangy. This is actually the other half of the sweet that I smashed up with the letter opener. So I've popped it in her, because she's spirited the rest of them away. I've no idea whether she's eaten them or not. So I thought I'd put the rest of the smashed sweet in the acid drop bag. So I think realistically, oh, my nose was itching. I think realistically they need to go up here somewhere, because they weren't tart, but not that bad. Into pin. There you go. Acid drops. I'll put them up there. Just went back to my itchy nose. I think I might have mentioned this before. I have hay fever, so anybody that's got hay fever at the moment, you've got my sympathy, because I believe in land at the moment it's really awful. So I know exactly what you're going through, and you've got my biggest sympathy. So I thought we'd have a laugh today. Oh, Eric says that an itchy nose means inheritance is on the way. Is that the relative, Eric? Am I making fun?
It was true.
Am I making fun of that email that I got? And actually it's true, and I'm going to get a huge windfall. Well, would you believe it? So I thought today we'd do some more toxic waste, because if you remember, there were various flavours in this, and we did a dib and a dab to see which one we were going to do. So I'll tell you what they are. There's lemon, black cherry, we've done black cherry, blue raspberry, watermelon and apple. So I reckon apple or lemon are probably going to be the worst ones. So if you want to, yes Jane, I've got your other bag of mega sours. I'm going to come on to them another day. If you want to tell me which flavour you'd like, lemon or apple, while I'm rummaging about in here, because if I remember, the top is a little bit difficult to get off. Yes, Josh, it was your idea, the toxic waste. I think we need the letter opener again, don't we? We'll prize the top off with this. There we go. We're in. So we've done black cherry. We've done that one. So we've got lemon, hazardously sour. Josh says apple. And that must be the apple one. So I think we'll do that because Josh was first to ask. Wendy says apple as well. I think they probably are vile. It's a nice little plastic pot, that. I'm sure that'll come in handy for something. And I've got some spare ones if anybody wants one. Do you want me to pass you one? Yeah, I thought you want. Say one day, Astro belts. What are they? I don't think I've seen them. One day we'll get T-Boy in training doing this. We will, I promise you. Right, so we've got a apple one. We'll snip the top off it carefully. Make sure that we don't lose the names on the top of it. We'll take his bottom off carefully, and then we've got most of the packet that we can stick on the thing. So yes, it's green as one would expect. It's green from Strawberry Belts. They're not sour, Josh. They're tame. So it's kind of green, as you would expect. I can't remember whether these have got anything inside with a solid. Consuming more than one within a... I've cut it off now, haven't I? Consuming more than one within a brief time may cause irritation to the mouth. Sensitive individuals should not consume this product. Are you ready? Oh God, they are strong. Oh, that's far worse than the other one. Oh dear me.
Cruel.
That is really sour. Oh dear me. I can't speak. Oh, I must say though, if you can stand, yeah, they're that bad, Joan. I'm not putting it on, I promise. If you can stand the coating on them, it subsides as you get into it. Oh dear me. If you want to play a really cruel practical joke on somebody, get some of these. I think they sell them in B&M actually when I think about it. I think I've seen them in Home Bargains. Oh, it's made me go boiling. I've got my fan on down here as well. Oh dear. Oh. Oh dear me. Oh dear me today. I think I'm starting to recover now. It's making me perspire gently. Because obviously ladies don't sweat, do we? We just perspire gently. Oh! Ugh. Still not as bad as the mega sours that Jane sent me. Yes, ladies glow. I must glow ever such a lot. These were awful beyond all awful. They were bad enough. Somebody sent a donation to buy these sour apples, and Jane Kell reckons that they are related. They're made by the same company, which I mean they're the same shape and size and everything, so they could well be. They are far worse than toxic waste. Oh. Right. I think I've got through the worst of it. We can carry on now. Got to the bit that's palatable. I just have a drink. Ugh. I think we'll get Kevin eating them. Mercedes, don't I? Right, that's it then for this week. On to our finale and our swan song for this week, which of course is Smile by Spike Milligan. And I bet you've missed this, haven't you, while we've been missing? Smiling is infectious, you'll catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realised I'd passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realised its worth. A single smile, just like mine, could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic, quick, and get the world infected. See you next week. Bye for now.